As we sail the ever-changing world of road safety and justice, the need to impose harsh penalties on drunk drivers remains an important and swiftly disputed approach. Consider a seemingly regular evening drive was abruptly turned into a heartbreaking panorama of tragedy, all due to a single reckless decision made under the influence. Every day, our highways see a quiet threat that takes innocent life, destroy families, and leave a permanent mark on communities. This threat is none other than drunk driving, a problem that goes beyond numbers and requires our collective attention and a firm answer. In the face of this stark actuality, it is critical to push for a comprehensive policy that includes harsh penalties as a strong deterrent to the life-altering effects of driving under the influence. Drunk driving has far-reaching consequences, casting a shadow over the life of individuals directly engaged and spreading shockwave across the entire communities. In this complex weave of legal and moral issues, the key question emerges: does imposing harsh penalties serve as the most effective deterrent to the dangerous behaviors of driving while intoxicated? The seriousness of this subject compels us to investigate the complex intersections where justice meets the significant ramifications of a community struggling with the ongoing pandemic of drunk driving. It is within this complex field that we are required to consider the benefits, costs, and ethical implications of imposing severe punishment on persons who choose to drive under the influence. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here today to express my opinion for everyone in attendance so that you all are aware of how important it is not to drive while drunk, and it is recommended to obey every road rule that has been set so that accident can be avoided, because unfortunately it doesn't smell, alongside voicing my opinion that severe sentence should be imposed on drunk drivers. As each day comes to a close, the echoes of drunk driving accidents ring across our community. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA), alcohol-impaired driving fatalities accounted for an alarming 28% of all traffic-related deaths in the United States in 2019. These are not impersonal figures. They represent individual families and communities stripped apart by the fatal consequences of foolish decisions. The need for a strong approach to tackle the widespread problem of drunk driving is clear. The need of imposing harsh punishment on those convicted of drunk drivers arises from the basic threats that their act bring to both themselves and the larger society. Driving under the influence increases the chance of accidents, injuries, and fatalities, endangering the safety of innocent bystanders and other road users. The legal system hopes to serve as strong deterrents to this dangerous behavior by imposing harsh punishments such as long jail sentence and significant fines. Such penalties not only hold the offender accountable for their acts but also send a clear message to society that driving under the influence is an unacceptable crime. Harsh punishment highlight the importance of the offense, emphasizing society's commitment to prioritize public safety and preserving traffic order. Furthermore, the length of the sentence emphasizes the need of making responsible decisions and the potential effects of harming people's life while driving sober. In summary, imposing harsh penalties on intoxicated drivers is an important part of a holistic plan to prevent such behavior, protect the public, and develop a culture of responsible and safe driving behaviors. Here are some of the statistics reported according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Here are the 2021 monthly percentage change from 2020 for total traffic fatalities, and it points out that alcohol impaired, which is represented by the green line, is a significant factor in this chart. For more specific and detailed report, here is the data provided in tabular format. To successfully address the ongoing problem of drunk driving, we must campaign for the introduction of harsh penalties for individuals found guilty of this offense. Current measures, while they frequently fell short of serving as an effective deterrent by implementing harsher penalties such as longer jail terms, larger fines, and imposed rehabilitation program, we evoke a clear message that society will not accept the loss of life via irresponsible behavior. Severe impacts are not only appropriate but vital for cultivating a culture of responsibility on the roads we travel. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the overall number of deaths resulting from drunk driving is increasing from 2020 to 2021. This is a concerning situation and action must be met as soon as possible to avoid the figures or graph from climbing year over year, resulting in the loss of more life on road due to reckless driving. As you may see next to me is a range of cars involved in the accidents are mentioned below along with their respective numbers. Addressing the significant issue of drunk driving requires proposing a solution that not only stops individuals from engaging in this risky behavior but also acts as a strong mechanism for public safety. One feasible strategy is to campaign for stiffer penalties for anyone convicted of driving under the influence. Society can convey a strong message about the seriousness of this offence by imposing harsh penalties such as large fine, imposed rehabilitation programs, and extended jail sentence. Furthermore, the harshness of the penalty should be aligned to the amount of drunkenness and any damage produced. Advanced technologies such as ignition interlock, a device for repeat offenders, can be used to provide a holistic strategy. This approach intends not only to penalize those who endanger life by driving intoxicated, but also to function as a deterrent, promoting responsible behavior and ensuring the well-being of all road users. Consider a world in which the fear of terrible consequences avoids people from making the rash decision to drive under the influence. Imagine a society in which families can feel safe, knowing that their loved ones are less likely to be victims of a drunk driver's poor decisions. Stringent penalties not only hold criminals responsible but also help make safer pavement and more secure neighborhood for everybody. The impact of severe mandatory penalties for drunk driving, jail, community service, and loss of license was examined in this 1990 through 1985 data study from the Fatal Accident Reporting System for the 14 states that test at least 60% of fatally injured drivers for blood alcohol content (BAC). The percentage of fatally injured drivers with blood alcohol level exceeding 0.00, 0.07, 0.09, and 0.019% were used indicators of drunk driving. Comparison focused on states that had introduced severe mandatory penalties during study period and 7 states that has made no change in penalty. It was found that drunk driving declined in all 14 states between 1980 and 1985. The decline in drunk driving fatalities was greater at higher BSE levels than at lower ones. For BSE of 20% or more, the decline was nearly 20%. There was no indication that the decline was greater in states that had increased the severity of sanction than in states that had not. Although there is no indication that severe sanction had a beneficial effect with respect to the measures used in this study, the possibility that they might have more subtle effects cannot be ruled out. For instance, it is possible that some states has had worse than average trends prior to the introduction of the severe sanctions, and that these were reversed on that state where severe sanctions were not mandatory did. In fact, apply severe sanction extensively, we set the basis for good change by visualizing a world free of the havoc caused by reckless drivers. It is important on us as responsible members of society to take a solid position against drunk driving. We must actively fight for the imposition of harsh penalties for individuals liable of this crime by pressing politicians to examine and tighten current legislation. We guarantee that the penalties for drunk driving are relevant to the seriousness of the offence. Supporting projects that prioritize road safety is more than simply a call action. It is pledged to actively contribute to the well-being of our communities. In conclusion, the gravity of the issue demands a comprehensive and unwavering approach to combat drunk driving. Severe sentences for those found guilty of this offence are not only justified but are essential for creating a safer, more responsible society. Let us stand united in our advocacy, urging policymakers to act decisively implement measures and that reflect the severity of the crime. By doing so, we pave the way for safer roads, protected families, and future free from the tragic consequences of irresponsible choices. Together, we can make a difference, save life, and ensure that the shadow cast by drunk driving do not darken our community any longer.